Good evening, this is the Oscar expert here with Brother Bro at the Sundance Film Festival, and it is time to review Emily the Criminal. The film's written and directed by John Patton Ford, and it stars Aubrey Plaza as a woman who gets slowly integrated into a world of crime after having a tough time finding a job that will allow her to finance her student loans. The movie's a thriller that feels like it starts in a really grounded place, which makes it all the more surprising the ways in which it escalates. Like there's one moment where suddenly she's in like a car chase and it's like, oh shit. It's a very tense, anxiety-inducing movie at times, and it's filmed in a lot of close-ups. Does a great job heightening the tension, also keeping you alongside these characters.
This is a very thrilling, easy to watch film that you just are gonna want to stick with until the end. I would have a hard time seeing somebody not being, at the very least, entertained by the film. It's also really fun to discover what this character has up her sleeve, where you can see her holding her own in these situations, and it's really fun to watch her become an absolute badass.
And what's also interesting about these moments is you're watching her thrive in this world of crime.
Because the world of crime for her works better than capitalism does when played by its rules.
And there's also commentary on here about how once you're labeled a criminal, once you have a criminal record, no matter how minuscule it is, you're kind of deemed a criminal by society, makes it harder to get jobs, makes it easier to just go to the other option.
It's really simple to see how this character is exploited by the world we live in, and that gives the film, an added layer of depth and empathy for this character that elevates it beyond a typical action thriller.
Aubrey Plaza, once again, stretching her limits as an actress in Sundance films. This one only has a few moments of comedy. She's actually doing some really good dramatic work.
Aubrey Plaza definitely carries this film with ease, and it shows that she has the range to do just about anything.
I also think she has just the right amount of fun in this role. Also a standout in the cast is Theo Rossi, who plays the main guy that she's associated with when she enters the sort of crime business. His character was given a lot more than I initially thought that he would.
I like that his demeanor was really deceiving based on the world that he's a part of, and that actor made you really like him and see him as a warm person.
I was not disinterested for a minute of this movie. The 93-minute runtime is trim. The stakes escalated very nicely. The tension escalated nicely. It was always focused on these characters and how they were developing, and I think it wraps up in a really solid way. It's not exactly how you'd expect it to, but it hits the point of the movie home really well. I don't know if I'd say the movie does anything exceptional, but I really enjoyed it, and I found it to have, thought-provoking little cherries and sprinkles on top.
It's similar to the movie 892 that also premiered at Sundance, and that the main challenging thing about it is that it presents characters who are committing crimes, but we understand why they're committing the crimes. And we could almost see it how if we were in that position, we might do the same thing. But also like 892, it tried to deliver from that premise more just as a straightforward thriller. And it didn't dive so deep into that world beyond the premise for me to say that it was exceptional. It's just overall a very solid movie to me.
I do kind of sympathize with the complaint that maybe we could have gotten more out of the characters, but honestly, I think we were given just the right amount. The movie feels complete as it is. I think some people wish that it kind of tried to go further, but I think for the level that it tries to hit,
yeah,
it does that pretty perfectly.
Yeah, I think it's really enjoyable. I don't really understand why you wouldn't like the movie.
I can see this one being pretty successful.
Yeah, it has some mainstream appeal, definitely.
And why wouldn't you want to go see an Aubrey Plaza movie? Why wouldn't you? I would go with an 8 out of 10 on this.
Going with a 7 out of 10.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing.
What made you become a criminal?